It is so peaceful here when there's no campers around. It's quiet. Welcome back, everybody. This is Henry. I'm located at Cat Lake Squamish right now. This dock, which is on the far south side, there's nobody camping. It's so quiet. There's a couple of day users. I saw them walk in. They're just checking out the beach on the other side. But man, they are, it's just lovely. I like it when there's nobody here. So this dock here on the far south side, I cleaned once in either late spring or late winter or early spring. And then I cleaned it again in the summertime. There should be absolutely nothing underneath here in the sense of I picked up like everything that I could see. So maybe there was like the odd lighter, sunglasses, maybe a beer can or two that I couldn't see, that I couldn't get to for whatever reason, but there should be nothing underneath here. There should not be lighters, there should not be bongs, there should not be vapes, all of those things. So I guess we'll find out. We'll head down and see what happens. Yeah, I guess I'll see you guys after the dive. There's nobody camping. The camp host drove up. The camp operator came up and unlocked the gate for me, and then she took off. Oh, I see a beer can. Oh, I don't know if I can get to that. It's like up against the shore. Shoot. Okay, I'll have to remember to get that. Okay, see you guys after the dive. I noticed when I was walking down here, this dock is a little bit askew, which is a little bit abnormal, not normal. Abnormal? And then I realized the water level is about a foot or two lower, probably 2 feet lower than normal, because normally the water is up to there and this whole thing floats. And I think this is just sitting on a log. So it's kind of sitting askewed. So the water is 2 feet lower. Not that it makes too much difference. The water is also really murky right now for some reason. I don't really know why, but I can hardly see anything. There's a beer can right there. And then there's a beer can in that bush right there. Okay, I'm gonna have to remember to go get those. As soon as I ducked my head under the water, I was pretty disappointed with the visibility. I was hoping that it'd be a little bit better, and as you can see here, it's a little bit murky. That's okay. I can still work with this. You can see the chain there. That's what the dock is anchored to, and then as I drop down, I can already see the trash. There's a camp chair, some glow sticks, some beer cans, and so on. I decided not to touch those because I needed a beeline to my target depth of 95 feet. And I think at the end there, ended up hitting 92 feet on my computer. So you can see there, I'm 58 feet. It's getting darker, and I'm just blowing past beer cans. I don't think I started picking up things until I hit 62 feet right there. That's when I started picking up some trash. You can see here it's getting a little bit darker, and obviously when it gets dark enough, I gotta deploy my dive light. This is a really old dive light that I'm using. Actually, this is a canister light. What that means is that the battery pack is in the canister, and then there's a light cord, and then you can see there I'm holding the light head. It's one of my, it's basically my favorite kind of light, because as you can see here, what I'm doing is I just hold the light head, which is very lightweight because it doesn't have a battery in it. And then when I need to drop it, I just drop it, and I can always find it again because there's a cord. And I do have a little helmet mount. I think you'll see in a second here. Yeah, here we go. This is me clicking it to my helmet so I can have it hands-free. The only downside to that is that it does have a lot of backscatter because it's right next to my eye. So I am back from my target depth of 95 feet. And again, I think I was at 92 max. You can see here it's starting to get a little bit lighter. Picking up beer cans on my way up now. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Running into lots of beer cans, doing my pattern, picking up trash all the way up. And it was really difficult to look for things at the deepest part of my dive just because of the darkness, but I did manage to find a bunch of stuff. Here's my first pair of sunglasses for this dive, and of course it's a pair of Ray-Bans, which I was pretty pleased with. Oh, and here we go. This is my first swamp beer for this dive, Pog Sour. I did find a Pog Sour in a previous dive here at Cat Lake, and this one is my second one here at this lake. I don't think it's from the same person because they're on completely opposite ends of the lake, but maybe it is. Here's my second swamp beer. This one's a Smirnoff Ice. Found it at really shallow depth. And when I saw this flashlight, I had really, really good hopes. I was like, oh my god, this is cute. This is a little flashlight. Maybe it's a keeper. So now you can see here, so this section here is directly underneath the dock. I'm finding lots of beer cans, and there's a lot of wood debris, so I have to kind of reach in between the logs. Sometimes I kick up so much silt that I'm not able to see everything. So there we go, collected the camp chair from the earlier part there, shot that to the surface, picked up more crap, and here I am getting out of the water. It's a little bit difficult when I'm working on my own. When I have shore support, I can hand the garbage up, but in this case here, I got to climb up the ladder myself and then retrieve the couple of bags of garbage, sometimes more, sometimes less. But yeah, it's a lot of work. I almost lost the can there. It floated away on me. With a little bit of work, I managed to get the 2 bags out by myself. Not a bad day. That was a fun dive. Went a little deeper. I planned for a 95-foot dive, and I think I hit 95 feet, something like that. And basically, I did what's commonly referred to from divers as a bounce dive. So basically, followed the train down, kind of in a V pattern, and went straight down, or looking this way, went straight down, hit 95 feet, and then came slightly up to going up on my right. And then I cut back left and ran into my own silt trail. So basically, it's called a bounce dive. Went down, hit 95, came right back up into the shallows, meandered around like around 50 feet or so, like between 70 and 50, cut back and forth a couple of times to see if you can find trash there. And there wasn't a lot. It was mostly underneath the dock. So I spent the rest of my time between 35 and 30 feet of water underneath the dock, picking up a few things. There was less stuff than I thought, but more than what I hoped. So let me get out of the suit, take it down, and show you what I got. This is all the stuff that I've found right underneath the dock. I did get that one bottle or beer can, whatever it was I pointed out right there. It's, I think it was a bottle. And that Stoli was floating upside down right on this side. That's kind of funny. There's all the stuff that I brought up. And I almost lost that swamp beer. Bog Sour almost floated away on me. All right, let's weigh some stuff. Got the trusty Amazon fishing scale. This thing has served me well since my little digital scale broke. Let's see what we got. Weigh the 2 bags first. Okay, here we go. All right, 24 pounds. There's a little bit of water in it, but I think you guys will forgive me if I don't fully drain the water this one time. What is it? 24 plus 6, 30 pounds even. That's cool. Okay, one chair. I don't understand people that bring glow sticks. Like, what are you, just raving out here and then just throw it in the water? That's kind of annoying, isn't it? I found quite a few of these things under the water there. I feel like that's kind of unnecessary. But whatever. Kids gonna do kids things, right? I found a few cool things in here though. The little flashlight. I found it at 30 feet, so I don't know if that flashlight is gonna survive. Did find a pair of Ray-Bans. That was fun. Because I was like, oh, nice, Ray-Bans. No cell phones on this dive. All right, let's get things sorted. Oh yeah, that's right. This is the little fin thing. You know, I think I'm going to start keeping these fins, these paddleboard fins. I kind of figure, even though they're all different, I kind of figure if I collect enough of them, people can come say, hey, listen, do you have a fin to replace the one that I lost? And I could just give it to them. I wouldn't sell it or anything, but I think that people would find that useful, right? Okay, I don't think you can see it anymore, but there's a dead salamander sinking to the bottom of the lake right there. So what I was doing is I was emptying out the mud from these cans. So this hang on, let me show you. So what happens sometimes is these cans, the lids aren't open enough. Let me see if I can find one here. So sometimes what happens, these cans, the lids aren't open all the way. What happened was a baby salamander. So what happened was this baby salamander crawled inside, and this particular lid was only cracked about this much. Baby salamander will crawl inside and they'll live long enough. And that one that was dead was inside this can, and what happened, it had consumed as much food and nutrient as possible, but it was physically too big. Like the thing was this big. Like there's no way it could get out of the can. So this becomes a death trap inside. And these beer cans, I get people who say to me, well, it doesn't matter, it's just metal. It does, so, or they say, oh, you've taken its home or something like that. Well, the problem is that they grow too big and they can't get out of the can and they die inside. So they basically starve themselves to death inside this thing, and it's not a great death. Yeah, kind of like this can right here. I think you can see that, right? So that lid is not open all the way, and a tiny little baby salamander will go in there, claims this as its home, and then it'll go in and out, until it can't, and then it just stays inside and it'll feed on the nutrients, and then eventually it'll just starve to death. The one, like I said, the one that I shook out of, I thought it was just mud, but the one that I shook out of the can was full grown, like as big as I've seen them in this lake. So really unfortunate. Okay, there is the batch of trash. We've got a little bit of bits and bobs. Over here, got the glow sticks, got some paddleboard fins, got the little bag with the tampon in it. That's relatively annoying. Got, I think it's 43 beer cans. Got one full Pog Sour. That's going to be fun. And 8 glass bottles. One full swamp beer. And lighters. That's my favorite find for this dive. I'm going to try that out and hopefully it works. I found it at 30 feet, so I doubt that it's waterproof at 30 feet. I don't think it'll survive. Got some sunglasses, one pair of Ray-Bans that looks like it's in great shape. Well, there we go, folks. There is the cleanup dive, 30 pounds of trash pulled out of Cat Lake. Thank you so much for my Patreon supporters for sticking with me for my journey, as well as thank you to my new sponsor, Pacific Pilsner. Check out their products in your local store. They're an awesome, awesome Pilsner, man. I really like it. So there's the trash. See you guys.